Welcome back! We've pretty much seen everything we can see here via this path here on Plateau Island. So now it's time to focus our attention on that mysterious door that we had encountered when we first pulled in. We can't really seem to get to it. As I mentioned earlier, we can't jump this gap here. But let's think this through logically. There's a tram here that's bridging the gap between us and it. It's in the center of everything. So maybe we can use this to our advantage. So what can we do with a tram? Well, what's the one thing we do with the tram when we leave an island every time? Ah. We can just simply turn it around. The weird thing about this, though, is that when you normally board a tram, you can't have the door open again once you turn it around. So just by virtue of the previous experiences that we've had with these things, it wouldn't necessarily be logical to assume that it would do that here. But then again, I suppose everywhere else there wasn't another platform on the other side, so this is a bit of a different situation. Also, I believe in the original release of this game, the game didn't actually have the sound of the door opening again when it turned around. So you didn't actually hear that again. But anyhow, we have now reached this door. Ooh, that kind of looks mysterious. And familiar. This appears to be that pool that we saw from above earlier. Although we can't exactly look back up there. Well, let's try out this lever. That was seriously awesome. This elevator is really nice too. Maybe this was Gen's private elevator. It certainly says Gen all over it, as far as how it's designed. Well, no choice but to take it and see where it goes. I gotta wonder why everything down here is so orange. Either this is magma, or we're near some very significant heat source. I'm guessing it's probably the latter. Well, this is certainly a very different environment than the upper half of Plateau Island. We can't exactly look out these windows. But wherever we are, it's probably pretty hot. I'm just gonna guess. What is this place? Ooh, a person! Who's that guy? I want to run after him. Hey, don't take that thing away from us. Wow, that thing went off pretty quickly. Also, I gotta wonder something. With this being an additional tram station, how exactly is this at the same sea level as the one above us? Because as you might recall from earlier when we pulled into the first tram station here, it was pretty much just a little bit above sea level. And then we get lowered down a pretty considerable distance. And then when we're down here, we have no changes in elevation up to this point. And now we're suddenly back up at the same level again. Gen's weird writing? Who knows? Well, at least we know there's a way off here. And perhaps that's the tram that goes back to Jungle Island. But for now, there's this entire area here to explore. And I'd like to see what it contains. Whoa. Whatever this place is, it's pretty intimidating. It's a throne. Presumably designed for Gen. What do these do? Oh, the levers don't respond, but maybe this button will. Wow, look at that view. I can only assume that this view is of the lake that's in the center of the area with the ringed cliffs. It would certainly make sense considering how far south we've traveled when we were walking along the passage. Well, let's test out these levers and see what they have. Okay, we got this big bubble thing lowered down in our face. And there's a couple of buttons we can press. Okay, we get a view of a room. That's pretty nice and all, but what's this about? Doesn't look like a room we've been to either. Wait, who's that? Who's that supposed to be? Maybe that's Catherine, or maybe that's some Rivenese girl that Gen really likes a lot. That would be pretty weird. I don't know. I don't want to watch this anymore. Let's try the other one. Okay, that doesn't tell us much. Now, I tried pulling on these rings last time, but they didn't respond, so maybe they will with this one. Okay, there we go, that helps. But I still can't get a good view on what this is. Wait a second. It's the village! And there's the work gallows. So this must be the view from that secret spy camera that Gen planted in the middle of the lake. Well, I guess it's not so secret. But wait a second. Didn't he say that he spotted a wooden eye from his survey room? I wonder if that's what this is. In fact, I want to say I saw... Aha, here we go. It's the shape of a fish, much like the ones that we saw in the village, in the nets. This is at the village entrance in the cave that we had to walk through. And there's the eye right there. So that's the missing animal, a fish. We finally got it, guys. Looks like we're done with this, so let's move it back. Well, that's one mystery solved. The fish is the wooden eye with the number 1. I guess it's only fair that we get a wooden eye when we have to identify it by silhouette only and not just the sound. Much like we had the eye with the sunner bark in the forest that we had to identify by the sound without a silhouette. Well, this contraption here is similar, but this time it's got 6 buttons. And look at what we've got here. They're the symbols we've been seeing on the fire marble domes, and they're the exact 6 symbols that we've seen in Gen's journal. There's also this ring here that's shaped like a pentagon. Let's try pressing this. Okay, so that symbol turned on a blue light. Looks like this is looking out into another camera. And there's some sort of wire system here connecting these things. The circle with a dot in here turned on a green light. What about this one? A yellow light. Wait a second. Hang on. Remember back when we read Gen's journal, he included these symbols in an entry about colors? So maybe these things are supposed to represent specific colors. And if so, and if they're the symbols that we've been seeing in the fire marble domes, this tells us which symbol goes to which dome and which color is associated with each dome. That means that we can deduce which color goes with which marble on the marble puzzle. So far, we've seen this symbol. This is the one on Temple Island's dome. This is the symbol we've seen on the dome here on Plateau Island. That one is orange. What about this one? Okay, this one turned on a light here. Could it be? It is. It's a wark. Live and in person. Beautiful creature. What a shame that Gen uses it to torture villagers and eat them. You know, I wonder why he kept this one, considering that he had killed all those other ones. Maybe he just wanted to keep one as a pet. I don't know. But, at any rate, it looks like this symbol means red. That leaves this one here. But this one doesn't seem to have a light connected to it. However, we do know what this represents, because there's only one other color marble that hasn't been accounted for yet, and that is purple. This is also the symbol on the Crater Island dome. So far we've got Temple Island as green, Crater Island as purple, and Plateau Island as orange. We don't really know which the symbol is for Jungle Island, because we haven't actually visited that dome up close yet. Nor have we been to the 5th island, so we don't know which of the 2 remaining symbols that would be. Now, before we go, there is one additional thing we can do here. You can try calling the wark over and over again, because as you might suspect, turning on this light indicates that Gen wants to feed it. Now, I don't know how he's able to do that from here. I mean, if he were to break this glass, then it would almost certainly let all the water out and in here. But if we keep calling the wark over and over again, it's not going to be very happy. This doesn't accomplish anything, it's just for fun. Wow, it responded pretty quickly that time. Aw, it didn't even come by to say hello. I think he's on to us. Hey, buddy. Whoa. Okay. I think he's trying to send a message with that. And yes, if we do try turning on the light again, he's not going to come. Well, that's all we can do with this device, so let's just raise it back up. And that's pretty much all we can do here, too. We've discovered a couple of important pieces of information. The missing wooden eye, as well as the colors that we need for the marbles on the marble puzzle. However, there is still one last thing we need to do, and that is to take that tram to Jungle Island and see where it leads. And we'll do that in the next video.